In this very lesson, we want to look at this particular question, which falls under selecting with replacement. Remember, we are still on the same topic, probability. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button for me. So what does this question say? It says that a box contains 5 black and then 3 red identical boxes. If 2 balls are drawn at random from the box one after the other with replacement. So the key word is replacement. What is the probability that both are red, both are black, both are the same color, and then both are of different colors? So this question is saying that we have a box. So let's assume that this is our box, and this box contains 3 red, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 black balls. So in all, how many number of balls do we have in the bag or in the box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in all, we are having 8 balls in the bag. And then we want to pick 2 balls from this box with replacement. So on the first pick, so once we are done with everything, we replace it back. So when we replace it back, the number of balls in the box will still remain the same. Once we place it back, the number of balls in the box will still remain the same as what? 8. And then the number of black balls will still remain 5. And then the number of red balls will still remain. So that is what replacement. We want to find the probability that both balls are red. So before we start that, let's use R to represent red and then B to represent what? Black. So we have B for black and then red for what? R for red. Now we have a number of black marbles in the back or black balls in the back. We have 5. And then number of red balls in the back, we have 3. Now once we are done with this, we find the probability of picking a red marble from the box and then move on to probability of picking a black marble from the box. So we have probability of picking a black ball from the box. So it is giving us number of black balls in the box all over the number of balls in the box. How many black balls do we have in the box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 all over. Number of balls in the box, we have 8. Then move on to probability of picking a red ball from the box. Number of red balls in the box, we have 3 all over the number of balls in the box, which is what? 8. Now once we have this, we can proceed to find our first question, which is I. Probability that both are red. So both are red means that when we pick the first marble, it is red. Then we replace it back. We place it back, and then we pick again on the second pick. We are still getting what? A red marble. This is what the question means. We are picking the first marble, we are getting red, and on the second pick, we are getting red as well. So we can write it as probability that on the first draw, we are getting red, and on the second draw, we are getting red as well. So both are red. On the first draw, we are getting a red marble, and on the second draw, we are getting what? A red marble. Remember that we are saying that 2 marbles are drawn at random from the back. If 2 marbles. So the first one is giving us a red, and the second one is also giving us what? A red. Since we are having and, it corresponds to the multiplication law. So we can write it as probability of IR multiplied by probability of that Now, once we have this, we are just going to plug in their probabilities. So, probability of taking a ball from the box, which is red. So, when we pick the first one, we are getting red. So, probability of taking a red ball from the box is what? 3/8 multiplied by. Now, remember that this red ball was replaced back. So it means that the number of red balls in the box is still the same. The number of balls in the box is also still the same. So the probability of picking a red ball again is still going to be what? 3/8. I guess you are following. So when you do your multiplication, you are going to get 9 all over what? 64. Very, very easy. You can leave your answer in this form, which is 9 all over what? 64. Very, very easy and then simple. Let's look at the second one. So both are black means that on the first draw, we are getting a black marble. And on the second draw, we are getting a black marble as well. So we can write it as on the first draw, we are getting a black marble. And on the second draw, we are getting a black marble as well. Since we are having the end, it can be written as probability that the first one is black, and on the second draw, we are having a black marble. The intersection means the multiplication law, so you can write it as probability that multiplied by. Now, once you have this, we plug in their respective probabilities. So we are saying that we want to find the probability that the first ball pick is what? Black. So we have probability of picking a black marble. So on the first pick, we are getting what? 8. Sorry. We are getting 5 all over the total number of marbles in the back, which is what? 8. So we have 5 all over 8 multiplied by. Then we will place it back. We are going to replace the marble back. So on the second draw, with the second one, the number of black marbles in the back is still 5. And then the number of marbles in the back is still 8. So we are still going to use 5 all over 8. And that's going to give us 25 all over 64. And then you are done. As easy as that. So the probability that both are black is 25 all over 6. Let's look at both are of the same color. So both are of the same color means that on the first draw, we are getting a red marble, and on the second draw, we are getting a red marble as well. Or on the first draw, we are getting a black marble, and on the second draw, we are getting a black marble as well. Remember that we are having two colors, red and then black. So it can happen that when we are picking the first marble, we are going to pick a red marble, and on the second pick too, we are going to get a red marble or red ball. Or it can happen that on the first pick, we are going to pick a black marble, and on the second pick as well, we are going to get. Now we can write this as, since we are having the intersection or the end, it corresponds to the multiplication law. So we can write it as the end is multiplication. The or means what? Addition. So we have plus, then multiply by, So we have first one red and then the second one red. First one red, the second one red. We had 9 all over 64. Then we have plus first one black, second one black. We have first one black, second one black. We had 25 all over what? 64. So when you do your addition, you are going to get 34 all over 64. So when you break it down, you are going to get 17 all over 32. Very, very easy. And then what's simple? Let's look at the last one. Both are of different colors. Both are of different colors. Now, both are of different colors means that on the first draw, we are getting, let's say, a red marble, and then on the second draw, we are getting a black marble. So we have, on the first draw, we are getting a red ball, and on the second draw, we are getting what? A black marble. So in this event, we are getting different colors. Or it can happen that on the first draw, we are going to get a black marble, and on the second draw, we are getting what? A red marble. So in these two instances, we are getting different colors. Red and black, black and red, we have different colors. Good. Now once you have this, we can write the probability that the first one is red, multiplied by probability that the second one is red. Sorry, the second one is black. The all means plus so once we have this, just have to plug in their respective probabilities. So we have first one is red. So with the red, we have 3 over 8 multiplied by black. Black is still 5 all over 8. Remember that we are selecting with replacement. So when we replace it, the total number of ball in the box will still remain the same. It is still going to be 8 because we are replacing it back. Good. And then we have the first one is black. We have 5 over 8. And then the second one is red. Since we are replacing it, the number of balls in the box will still be 8. So we have 3 all over 8. So this is giving us 15 all over 64. Then we have plus. It is also giving us 15 all over 64. When you add them together, you are going to get 30 all over 64. And then when you break it down, you have 15 all over 32. So the probability that both are of different colors is 15 all over 32. Now with this same question, both are of different colors, we can use another approach. Let's look at it. So when we were looking at complementary rule of probability, we said that the probability that A will occur plus the probability of its complement, which is the same as A will not occur, should give us 1. From the complementary rule, we can say that the probability that both have the same color plus the probability that both are of different colors should give us what? 1. So the complement of the same color will give us what? Different colors. So for me, we can say that the probability that both are of different colors is equal to 1 minus probability that both are of the same color. We have 1 minus probability that they are of the same color. We had it, and that is what? 17 over 32. So when you do your subtraction, you are going to get 15 all over 32, which is the same as that. So you can either use the complementary rule or this particular method. Very, very easy and then simple. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.